about changing from active voice to passive voice to simple compound complex sentences in filling out their articles and prepositions. They would ace up. They would get 10 out of 10 for all the worksheet assignment. But when it comes to speaking language, when it comes to using language, students might stutter. And another one problem that we face as teaching community is students might know the meaning of certain vocabulary. They know the vocabulary, they know synonyms, they know antonyms, but because we would have taught them through chalk and talk method, they would have learned it rote learning, but they don't know how to use this vocabulary on a day-to-day basis, on an application level, where to use it, how to use it. They might be proficient writers. Let's say there are lots of students, if we ask them to write an essay about your dream, about the favorite movie that they watch, or let's say about their role model, they would give us essays, pages of essays, probably 2 to 3 well-constructed, a perfect sentence with perfect vocabulary, perfect grammar. But then I don't know how many of you might have asked this, but most of you might have experienced this. Let's say we ask them to tell something, talk, build a conversation. They might stutter. They might stammer. They might stutter. They don't know what to speak. Their grammar will be terrible because the root learnings and all the teaching methods that they might have been exposed in their schools or in their colleges might have taught them the written skills. The speaking skill would have been omitted. LSRW is important. Reading, listening, and writing would be focused in our traditional teaching method through grammar books and through talk and talk methods. But using language is a point where all English professors find difficulty how to incorporate speaking in students, how to make them speak English fluently. So this is high time then that we should rethink our English teaching methods. So these are few reasons I have listed here why to rethink English teaching. Because in traditional classroom, only the teacher speaks, the students listens. Mostly it's passive listening, and then the students they copy whatever the teacher writes on the blackboard, and grammar rules dominates. We give importance. We give so much of importance to grammar rules, and what gets excluded in when we give so much of importance to grammar rules is the speaking competency. The grammatical competency will be extremely high, but for the same student, the speaking competency will be extremely low because the student doesn't know how to speak, how to put all the thoughts into words spontaneously. That is where they find problem. And memorization, obviously, for the sake of exams and all our assessment patterns, will focus on the written skills, not on the speaking skills. All our assessment patterns, even the semester exams, all the universities conduct in India, everything focuses upon the written skills. It's not on the written skills. Again, the memorizing capacity of the students. And again, because of exam oriented, whenever we tell it is exam oriented, because it involves memorizing skills. Only the memorization skills of the students are dominated. How far, no matter if a student knows to speak English or not, if he or she is good at memorizing certain lines or the entire text, if he is able to memorize, mug up the entire ideas, the entire sentences, and vomit it exactly on the paper, he or she will get a good mark. This is how all these root learning techniques are focused on. But in 21st century, the education system is evolving, which involves collaboration. I think our NEP UGC is also demanding this from all the professors through collaboration. How far we are collaborating with the students, with the AI, with the digital technology to incorporate education. How communication is important because I hope all the colleges might have value added courses, or we might introduce certain a paper called general English where we focus on the speaking skills of the children, and how far you are creative. Because according to the Bloom's taxonomy, even K6 level is highlighted, where the students can explore a lot about their creativity and again critical thinking. And one important aspect is digital literacy.